Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going over the rules for the challenge that I wrote, the ABC Legacy. So I basically already started this LP on my challenge, on my YouTube channel, So you probably already heard some of it, at least for Generation A. So today we're just gonna go over the general rules, the rules of each generation, the goals and the traits, aspiration, and careers they need, and etc. So my idea of this challenge was to basically, for one, obviously do things that I never done before, and like careers I never done, traits I never used, and etc. And maybe collect some items that I never collected before. So I thought that would be fun. So I feel like we should get started. Okay. ABC Legacy Challenge. Your founder's name must start with the letter A. Each hair will be the next letter of the alphabet. So if your founder has children, make sure to name the baby with the letter B. If you have multiple children, it is okay if you want to name the other kids with a different letter. Just make sure your hair's name starts with the next letter. I recommend naming all your children with the same letter, so if you change your mind about an hair, it's easy to change. General rules. Match the career, aspiration, and skills that come with each generation unless the goal says otherwise. Some of the skills I chose doesn't include work skills. So there is a website, I believe, on Carl's Guide, if that's what the website is called. I really don't know. But you can look up The Sims 4 jobs and you can see which skills you need to get up for each branch. So depending on which branch I give you or which branch you pick is what skills you need. So yeah, so that would be good to look up. Some of these generations will come with the hard mode that's optional but will make it more challenging. Generation A. Your sim grew up always seeing strays all over town and they wanted to make it their goal to help the strays any way they can. Since they can't adopt them all, they feed and bathe them as much as they can. Aspiration, friends of the animals, career, gardener in the floral designer branch. Skills, flower arranging and pet training. Traits, animal enthusiast, art lover, and active. So as you can see, when you're in the gardening branch, obviously you don't need pet training, and I never played with the floral designer career branch, so I don't really know if you need flower arranging, I assume. But in the beginning of the career, you need the gardening, and I believe you would need the logic skill, I think. So those two would be good to also be getting up. And your goals is to have 2 partners at the same time, have 1 child from each partner, adopt 1 stray, hard mode, collect all feathers. So as you can see in the goals, it's kind of, I put a little bit of drama in there just to add drama to your lives a little bit. Anyways, Generation B. Your parent main focus was saving the animals, and though you understand you just never wanted to see your future kids a second place, you would do whatever it takes to be the perfect parent. Aspiration, big happy family, career stay-at-home parent, skills, baking and bowling, traits, bookworm bro. So since they're a stay-at-home parent, I know it will be hard to make money probably, but you could do that any way you want to. You could paint, which is a way to make money easily and fast. You could garden. I know there's a gardening glitch, which is so annoying, especially when you need to do it. It's so annoying. But there's multiple ways you can earn money. You can write books, you can dig, find frogs, fish. However you do it is your business. Your goal is to have 3 children, have family game night every Friday, so you could have table games like puzzles, symbols, and card games, or the llama game. I don't really know all the games. And then you could do video games or any other games there are. If there are any more, I wouldn't remember at this time. And get married as an adult. Hard mode, collect all my sim trophies. Generation C. You grew up in a very good household. You and your siblings get along and your parents made sure you lived out your dreams. Though you want to do the same, your career is top priority, but you still make sure your kids are not forgotten. Aspiration, computer whiz, career, tech guru career in the esport gamer branch. Skills, comedy, video games, and programming. Traits, cat lover, clumsy, and creative. So as you can see, I was trying to use the traits that started with the letter C for each generation to start with its letter, but obviously there's no trait that starts with Z, so it's going to be kind of hard. So some traits are reusing just a little bit, not often, of course. So there. Goals: have 2 cats and twins, get married before the babies arrive, get a divorce a week before you turn an elder. So when I wrote that, I was thinking that, like, since they rushed into marriage before the baby arrived, because I guess maybe they didn't want to, like, I don't know. Yeah, they didn't want people to think that they woohooed before marriage. So they were like, oh my gosh, we have to get married right now. We have to elope. And then it just turned out to be the worst decision they ever had, and they got a divorce. Probably shouldn't rush into marriage, you know? Generation D. Growing up as a twin was exhausting. Your parents always wanted to dress y'all the same, and you just want it to be different. You leaned towards the dark side, and made it your lone goal to make enemies. Aspiration: public enemy, career criminal, skills dancing and handiness, traits dance machine and dog lover. Goals: have 1 dog and 1 child, have 3 woodworking sculptures in your home, live in a worn down house. Hard mode: collect all snow globes. So I say live in a worn down house, but that could be an apartment also if you want it to be. Generation E. As a child, you were sort of embarrassed by your parent. This caused you to have trouble making friends. Your friends wanted to visit a lot, but you always came up with so many excuses that you've been dropped from several friend groups throughout your childhood. You then decided to elect semis to replace your friends. When you became a young adult, you made 1 really good friend. Aspiration: eco-innovator, career civil designer, skills photography, logic and charisma, traits erratic and socially awkward. Goals: have 3 kids, never get married, have an on and off relationship with the same person you dated in high school. So I do say, like, they've been dropped from several friend groups throughout their childhood, but when I say that, I mean like a literal child. So, like, I'm thinking when they're a teen, they do finally get in a relationship, but it's kind of toxic. So that could be anyway. Like, maybe your partner is, I don't know, a little sketchy. Like, maybe they're always talking to someone in a flirty manner, and then they, I don't know, be like, what are you talking about? They're just a friend. Like, it's nothing more than that. I don't know. Just, like, no, that's my cousin. What? I don't know. Okay, you can make up your own ideas and stories to follow. I mean, because sometimes, like, when playing The Sims, it kind of just falls into place perfectly for you. So, yeah. Generation F. You never got along with anyone, not even your siblings. They hated the way you dressed and looked. You thought you were pretty dang cool. As you grew up, you realized that you don't care what anyone else thinks and started neglecting your house chores. This drove every family member, friends, and partners away. Aspiration: fabulously filthy, career freelance artist, skills fishing and painting, traits foodie, family oriented, and loner. Live in a trailer with only 2 bedrooms, have 2 kids, have a tattoo. Hard mode: collect all fossils. Generation G. You hated growing up in a stinky old trailer. You got out of there as fast as you possibly could and never looked back. You always thought to yourself, what makes a person so messy? You promised to never live like that again and avoided visiting. Aspiration: musical genius, career entertainer, musician, skills guitar and piano, traits genius, gloomy, good. Goals: only make sad songs, have as many kids as you want, which is not really a goal. I probably shouldn't have put that. Like, just have a kid or kids, I guess, because I mean, you have to have a kid to go on with the next generation anyway. So get married to your high school crush and never break up or get divorced. Hard mode: collect all messages in a bottle from Tartosa. Generation H. You never saw yourself being in a happy relationship. You hated seeing all the PDA that was going on in your household. Every kiss made you puke. Instead, you spent time giving actual, helpful advice. Aspiration: neighborhood confidant, career secret agent career in the diamond agent branch. Skills, logic, charisma, traits, high maintenance, hates children, hot-headed. Goals: have a one-night stand, get pregnant or have someone be pregnant, never socialize with your child, you have better things to do, have at least 2 piercings, in hard mode, collect all crystals. So, Generation H is pretty rough. I mean, they don't want a child. They basically neglect them. Not until they get taken away, obviously, because you can't have that happen. You know, they just never socialize with them. And, yeah, and then their traits are high maintenance, hates children, and hot-headed. That's probably the worst traits I could have given you, but, I mean, it's the letter H. It's a terrible letter, I suppose. I mean, high maintenance? Your mood is gonna be terrible. I'm so sorry. Generation I. You grew up in the worst household ever. Your parent made sure you knew that you were a mistake and they never wanted you. This drove you crazy and it hurts. As soon as it was legal, you drank every single day and night to ease the pain. You also made your childhood into a comedy routine. Aspiration, joke star, career, unemployed, skills, comedy and mixology, traits, insider, music, unflirty, goals. By the time you're an adult, you sobered up through practicing your wellness skill, have 2 kids when you're an adult, and get married as an elder. Generation J. You loved exploring as a child. You explored pretty much anything. You explored different foods, hobbies, and more. As you grew up, you learned about the jungles in Selva Dorada and had to explore. Aspiration, jungle explorer, career, freelance crafter, skills, juice fizzing, archaeology, only get to level 5, traits, goofball, active, self-assured, goals, explore the jungle 2 times, find 3 skin treasures. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. And then the hard mode is to collect all of them in the ancient one too. Generation K. You saw your parents create things and that inspired you. You wanted to learn to knit and cross stitch. It was a dream to wear your knitted clothes. This brought you to be a style influencer and show off your cool looks. Aspiration, Lord of the Knits, career style influencer, either branch, skills, knitting and cross stitch, traits, maker, kleptomaniac, and jealous. Goals. As a side job, you sell your creations on Plopsy, have 3 kids and teach them how to knit, be a single parent, don't move in with your significant other until you're an adult. Hard mode, knit 2 of all items. So what that meaning is I believe there's a section that's decoration. So you want to knit 2 plant holders, 2 llamas, 2 frogs, and etc. Generation L. As a child, you had a friend who was a mermaid. You always wished to become one, but your parents told you that was impossible. You decided to move to Solani and dream of being in the ocean with a beautiful, sparkly tail. One day you found this weird seed and took a bite and swam in the ocean for a little bit. Oh my gosh, you turned into an aspiration beach life, career, lifeguard, skills, fitness, and singing, traits, loyal, loves outdoors, and music lover. Goals. Adopt 1 infant as soon as you age into a young adult. Eat a mermaid kelp, can buy one with reward points, and swim before it has been 24 hours. Hard mode, collect all the seashells. So basically, I want this generation to be a mermaid, but I did have you adopt 1 infant, so it's not gonna be mermaid also. So you can have more kids, obviously. You don't have to have just 1 infant. I just want you to adopt 1 infant as soon as a young adult, and then after that you can have as many kids as you want. Generation M. You wanted to become a celebrity mixologist. You made videos about it and streamed cool drinks. One downside of being a mixologist is being on your feet a lot. Ouch. Aspiration, master mixologist, career culinary mixologist, skills mixology and media production, traits materialistic, mean, and party animal. Goals. They're 1 party a week, create vlogs on the video station. Hard mode, collect all city posters. Generation N. You saw your parent in the spotlight and you wanted to be too. As a child, you spent your time in drama class and acting with puppets with your friends. As a young adult, you started focusing on your career a lot until you sunk into despising the acting career that made you switch to multiple different jobs. Aspiration, master actor, career actor, skills, acting, level 5, and any... What? Oh, oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to switch that when I put it out. Okay, so I fixed it. So the career is actor in any 2 jobs. Skill, get to acting level 5, traits, neat and non-committal. Goals, have been in 4 relationships, have 4 kids, move 3 times or more, become a 5-star celebrity. So, the aspiration master actor, again, I'm doing these things for the first time also. So it's do you have to complete the career? Do you have to get to level 10 of the career? Or what? I don't know. Or do you have to get to a certain acting stage to complete the aspiration? So basically, if the aspiration comes to a point where you can't do it anymore because you already switched, you can stop the aspiration. You don't have to complete it. Generation O. Your parent was very indecisive. You wanted to set your heart on something and stick with it. Your parent drove you crazy by changing their mind about trips, jobs, and schools you would attend. You even moved multiple times. You yearned to live in one place forever. Aspiration, Mount Komorebi, sightseer. Career, social media, internet personality. Skills, charisma, comedy, and video games. Traits, outgoing and overachiever. Goals, have 1 kid, live in Mount Komorebi, gain 5,000 followers. Hard mode, gain 150,000 followers. So when I say followers, I mean like Instagram followers. And I think there's kind of a bug because it'll be like, oh, you have 100 followers. Oh, you gained 20 followers. You now have 11,000 followers. Okay, I don't think it jumps that high, but who knows? It's a bug. But Generation P. As you grew up, you wanted everything neat and organized. The littlest mishap would drive you sad. You got into the politician career as a charity organizer and fit perfectly. Aspiration, perfectly pristine. Career, politician in the charity organizer branch. Skills, charisma, and parenting. Traits, perfectionist, proper, ambitious. Goals, create a painting club and paint every Saturday. Spend time with your kids every Sunday. Movie, game night. Hard mode, collect all frogs. Okay, so when I said the goal, spend times with your kids every Sunday, so I put movie and game night, like, you can pick. So if you want to watch movies together, do you want to do game night together? Do you want to cook together? Because that would be fun. Generation Q. You were a pretty lazy sim and your parents wanted you to be successful, while you didn't care and wanted to live off of them. They knew someone in the law firm and recommended you. Surprisingly, you got the job. Aspirations, city native, career law, private attorney, skills, research and debate, and charisma. Traits, bookworm, lazy, and mean. Goals, live in an apartment for your entire life, have twins. Hard mode, have triplets instead. Generation R. Growing up, you mainly took care of the apartment. Your parents just didn't care enough to do more work at home. As a way to breathe and relax, you went to explore nature and learn how to fish. Aspiration is angling ace, career fisherman, skills fishing, traits romantic, dog lover, and adventurous. Goals, take your family on summer vacations to different places each time. Live in Oasis Springs. Hard mode, collect all fish. Generation S. When you were a child, your parents would yell at you for making messes and not cleaning them up, but you decided you were too good for that. You were always in your room experimenting with the science table and school projects. Aspiration is soulmate, career, scientist, skills, logic, and singing. Traits, slob and snob. Goals, have a roommate. Fall in love with your roommate. Before you get married, they give you an ultimatum. Become neater or the relationship is over. It's your choice. Hard mode, collect all medals. I literally love that I thought of the ultimatum. Like, oh yes, honey, this is amazing. Because, you get to choose what you want to do. Generation T. As a teen, you were set to go to university. You just had to make a tough decision. Brightchester or Foxbury. You lived in a micro home while in university and dived for meals in the dumpster. You also spent time diving for jills as a way to gain money. Aspiration, academic, career, tech guru career in the startup entrepreneur branch. Skills, programming and charisma. Traits, genius, art lover, and glutton. Goals, go to university, get a head start on your career. Dumpster dive for meals at least once a week. Uni is already hard. You shouldn't have to worry about food. Paint in your free time as an adult. Hard mode, collect all decorative eggs. Generation U. You saw all the decorative eggs your parents collected and that drove you to collect a lot of items. You wanted to find a way to connect with them and this is the path you chose. Aspiration, the creator, career, painter, skills, piano, traits, unflirty, paranoid, and loner. Goals, live in an abandoned house in the basement. Once you are engaged, agree to move into a better place. Hard mode, complete the Void Critters collection. So I think you could do this as a kid because I guess it makes more sense and I don't think adults can. I don't know if they can collect them, but. Generation V. You despised every couple you saw, including your parents. You loved the idea of ruining relationships. It was actually funny to you. Everyone who sees you walking by stares and pulls their partner closer. Wrecking relationship was your job and you did it well. Aspiration, Villainous Valentine, career, unemployed, skills of violin and vampire lore, traits, evil, non-committal, and self-assured. Goals, have a kid with your first partner. Hard mode, on love day, send love, breakup letters to 15 Sims. Generation W. The way your parent acted was crazy to you. You decided to turn it into a book series when you got older. The thought of hurting people like that made you sick to your stomach. Aspiration, best-selling author, career writer, skills writing, traits bookworm, dance machine, and squeamish. Goals, marry someone who's also a bookworm, write at least 2 books a week, have 4 children. Hard mode, win 2 Starlight Accolade Awards. So, I say the career is a writer, but it can be your choice. Like, if you want to get into the writing career, you can. Or if you want to be a freelance writer, you can also do that. Or if you just want to write books all the time and make money yourself, you could also do that. I will say though, your sim can get burnt out now, I think. I think that just comes with growing together. So I think if you don't have growing together, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so they can get a little burnt out. So that kind of sucks, to be honest. Like, I wish you could turn that feature off, but you can't. Generation X. You moved to Strangerville to join the military. Your family was very proud of you. When you got there, things were a little stranger than what you're used to. It was too late for you to go back, so you decided you will find a way to fix this. Aspiration. Strangerville mystery, career, military, skills, fitness, traits, loyal, dog lover, and ambitious. Goals. Live in Strangerville, where the plane crash is. Have one big dog. Have 2 kids. Never stay in a relationship. Generation Y. You watched TV a lot. Many of the shows you saw had vampires in it. One day you had a dream and you turned into a vampire and you felt amazing. You thought you could control the world with your powers and found someone to bite you to experience the life you were meant to live. Aspiration, master vampire, career engineer, medical engineer, skills, robotics, and handiness, traits, clumsy, love outdoors, and outgoing. Goals. Become a vampire, fall in love with a werewolf, and have a child together. Hard mode, have Greg's baby. That's going to be so hard. I feel like falling in love with the werewolf in general is going to be so hard for you. Generation Z. You grew up in a household that wasn't so relaxed. With your genetics, you thought there was no hope for you, but you decided to practice wellness and tried your best to maintain calmer than your parents. Aspirations, Zen guru, career, work at spa. Skills, wellness, traits, good, jealous, and cheerful. Goals, have a full household. Have 10,000 household funds off your spa career. Hard mode, have all of your children earn the top-notch infant and high self-esteem trait. So in order to do hard mode, like, all of your children will have to, like, grow up into a teen. This is the end of the video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this challenge. I do love it, and I know this challenge is 26 generations, which that is crazy. Like, I don't know how... It's gonna take a while to finish, that's for sure, but I really hope, like, the stories and the goals I put in there, like, helps you complete it. Like, obviously, if you can't complete it, that's very understandable. Like, that's not... This challenge isn't really for you to complete, I guess. Well, it is for you to complete, but at the same time, like I said, it's your choice. You don't have to. You can play until you want to stop. You can stop anytime. You can change it up a bit if you want to. This challenge is just for fun, and if you did like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you want to attempt this, or if you have any opinions or ideas, let me know, and I will do my best to comment to you. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I want to let you know that you're very important to someone out there, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.